Michael slapping Lauren and throwing two painful truths at her on the young and the restless would be seismic. It would not only shake their marriage but ripple outward through Genoa City, because Lauren and Michael have long been considered one of the few safe harbors in a stormy town. To have cracks this deep suddenly exposed would be heartbreaking, raw, and almost unrecognizable to longtime viewers. Imagine it begins with a bitter argument. Michael has tried to be patient with Lauren, but the tension has been building for months. Perhaps she's crossed a line, getting involved in someone else's mess, keeping secrets from him, or even betraying his trust in a way that hits close to home. Michael is a man of principles. He has survived being a villain in his youth, he has redeemed himself, and he has become a steady partner and a voice of reason in crises. But part of what made him fall in love with Lauren was her fire, her independence, her refusal to be silent. Now, however, that fire has burned him instead of keeping them warm. In the heat of the moment, Michael explodes. The slap comes almost instinctively, shocking, out of character, a culmination of years of pent-up frustration. It's not just anger, it's hurt boiling over, the sense that no matter what he gives, it's never enough. The silence after the slap is deafening. Lauren's eyes fill with disbelief, not just at the physical act, but at the man she thought would never do something like this. It's as though the foundation of her world has cracked open in an instant. Then comes the first painful truth. Michael, his voice shaking between rage and heartbreak, tells Lauren that she has never truly valued him the way he has valued her. He says that for all these years he's been the one holding their marriage together, forgiving, understanding, covering her mistakes, and loving her even when she didn't deserve it. But in return he's always been made to feel like the man she settled for, not the one she chose wholeheartedly. Lauren, who always prided herself on loving Michael fiercely, suddenly has to confront the possibility that she did take his devotion for granted. This cuts deep because it forces her to look at her own selfish patterns, the times she leaned on his forgiveness without ever acknowledging how much it cost him emotionally. The second painful truth hits even harder. Michael tells her that she hasn't changed as much as she claims, that underneath the polished exterior, she's still the woman who thrives on manipulation, rivalry, and drama. He accuses her of being addicted to stirring things up, unable to simply live a quiet, honest, and drama-free life. For him, it feels like every time he believes she's grown, she finds a way to slip back into old habits, hurting people in the process, including him. This revelation devastates Lauren because her whole identity now is built on being a respected businesswoman, a loyal wife, a mother who overcame her past mistakes. Hearing Michael strip that away makes her feel like all her growth has been an illusion. For Lauren, the regret sets in immediately. She realizes that Michael's words didn't come out of nowhere. They were born from years of small wounds she didn't bother to heal, from taking for granted that he would always be there no matter what. The slap may fade, but the truths linger, echoing in her mind. She begins to replay moments in their marriage where she put herself first, where she minimized his feelings, where she assumed his love would cover everything. Now she wonders if she has finally gone too far and lost the one man who was her rock. The aftermath would be painful to watch. Lauren, proud and fiery as ever, would try to mask her guilt at first. But behind closed doors she would spiral, doubting herself, questioning her worth, and desperately trying to figure out how to fix something that may already be broken. She might try to apologize, to explain, but Michael would be colder than she's ever seen him. He would withdraw, needing space, maybe even moving out to clear his head. That distance would terrify Lauren, because for the first time in decades she would face life without Michael by her side. Her regret wouldn't just be about the fight, it would be about her whole history. Every selfish decision she ever made, every time she ignored Michael's needs, every time she assumed forgiveness was a given. Now she would wonder if she ever truly deserved him. The slap was shocking, but the truths he spoke were what broke her. They would sit with her like poison, making her realize that the image she's built for herself may not be as solid as she believed.